Hi there, I'm Spenta. I live in USDA Zone 7 and I love gardening. I have plants indoor and outdoors and I would love to share some tips with you today. I hope you like, comment, and share. And remember to subscribe if you haven't done so. Again, I'm Spenta and I wish you a beautiful day and thank you for watching my share. Good morning, I'm Spenta and today I'm in my gardens. This garden bed right over here is what held my spring produce. So now it is all out. I've pulled the spring produce out, good produce, and I'm getting ready to prepare my garden bed for my summer plants, being summer produce such as okra. That is going to be my main seed in this garden. And this garden here had a lot of other spring produce in it. So I have to till it, I have to get it ready, I have to pull all the weeds out because I allowed it to sit for a little bit so it can get the energy of the sun. I will also add my own compost afterwards, and then I will water the seeds as I plant the seeds. Then I will add some mulch and I will share that progress with you, and I look forward to eating delicious okra and other produce from this garden. Again, I'm Spenta. If you haven't subscribed, so please take a moment and hit the subscribe button. I appreciate it. Your likes, comments, and shares are also greatly appreciated. I'm going to get started on cleaning this garden bed and preparing it for a bed of okra and a few other flowers and a few other produce for the summertime. Again, I'm Spenta and I thank you for watching my share. I'm back. I just finished tilling my gardens and preparing this particular garden for my summer produce. I would like to let you know that as I tilled and pulled the weeds out, I also added some compost into here. My compost is natural, organic, and I have a compost bin. I highly recommend that you add nutrition to your soil before planting anything in there. So after you pull out the weeds and you prepare your soil, you till it, definitely add some nutrition in there. And I do that by using my own compost. It is now soil, so adding soil to this soil is basically giving it nutrition. Let me tell you about my compost bin. My compost bin consists of 1/3 grass clippings, 1/3 kitchen veggies and fruit leftovers, scraps, and 1/3 cow manure. You have to water your compost pile so much, not only rainwater, but you need to leave it open. I know some people actually use a glass covering in order to get more moisture in there. It helps decompose faster and helps make the soil faster. I've had my compost bin for over 3 years, so it actually has soil that looks like this. So my garden is now good. It's happy. I am ready to plant some seeds. Prior to doing so, I'm going to make some rows. Now, here is what I intend on planting in this garden right here. I'm going to show you what seeds I plant on putting in here. So the okra seeds, this is the okra that I really like, does really well in my area. Again, I'm Spenta. I live in USDA Zone 7. If you haven't done so, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. But yeah, this is a really good okra that does really well and does really well in the heat of my area. So I'm going to plant some of those. I do have some seeds left over from last year, but I didn't have enough. So now I'm going to plant using this and some seeds left over from last year. This over here is another item that I'm going to plant. I'd like to let you know a little bit about this, okay? And Kentucky Wonder is a really good bean. This here is an item that you can plant in succession, and I have a whole series and playlist on succession planting. Succession planting is so awesome. It does wonders, and I highly recommend it for you. And even if you have small gardens, if you have large gardens, succession planting is really awesome. And anyway, so that's a good thing. This is what I'm going to plant alongside with this okra. And also, I have my own sunflower variety, but I wanted to show you a few items that I do have right here that I am going to add to this particular garden. Right now my sunflowers are in full bloom, so I'm not going to take any out of the ground. I'm going to just go ahead and plant some of this in the back area, and I'm also going to plant some of this, the Mexican sunflower. The color is here, it's called Torch. It's really cute. And now keep in mind, these are annuals, so you have to save the seeds from these if you want to plant them again next year. Why do I like to plant flowers in my gardens and my produce gardens? A few reasons. Reason number one, it attracts pollinators, so I love that. Bees and butterflies all over, dragonflies. And another thing, just due to its color, and a lot of times hummingbirds come over, so I love my gardens. It's so pretty, and it's romantic, to be honest with you. I went ahead and used the word romantic. It's because it's true. It looks so pretty. And not only that, sometimes bad bugs are attracted to pretty flowers. For instance, zucchini and squash bugs, which I absolutely do not like and not a big fan of. If they get to your plant, your whole plant is gone. That is zucchini and squash bugs. They like the okra flowers, so a lot of times it is suggested to plant okra alongside with your zucchini, squash. It's not the same for eggplant, as eggplant is a nightshade family, and zucchini and squash and cucumber are actually cucumbertaceae, so they belong to a different type of family. And now that is the attraction of the bug, so just remember, these flowers also attract that bug. And I also have black-eyed Susan and echinacea in my other produce gardens. So right now, I let you know a little bit about what I'm going to plan on doing here. I'm going to make some rows, and I'm going to plant some seeds. And afterwards, I'm going to water them and add some really nice mulch. Reasoning for mulch is because it's summertime, a lot of heat. You can't water every day in my area. Again, I live in USDA Zone 7. And so in order to keep the moisture in the ground so my seeds can grow well and my plants can do well, I'm going to mulch this whole garden with about 2 inches of mulch. Okay, here I go, and I'm going to get started. I want to thank you for watching my share. If you have any questions, don't forget to let me know. I can't wait to show the end product of this garden with you and share the progress, and I will do so. Again, I'm Spenta. I live in USDA Zone 7, and I thank you for watching my share. I'm back. I finished planting my seeds in this garden. It is my last of the summer gardens. My early summer gardens are already doing well and producing lots of produce, so that's really nice for me. If you're just now joining in, I'm Spenta, and I planted a variety of sunflower throughout this garden all the way against the fence, and I also planted 2 lovely delicious veggies here, okra and beans. And I tell you something, these do very well if you succession plant them. So okra along with beans do really well in succession planting. I have planted them in my other garden, and I did that at the end of spring. So if you do that at the end of spring, towards the end of spring, what you can do is you can succession plant these. Now, don't forget to check out my videos on succession planting. I do have a playlist. What you can do is plant okra and beans together, say in this area, and then come back in 2 weeks, so bi-weekly, and plant another set of seeds right here. Let me get further away. And another set of seeds right here. So you're not going far from your original planting area, but you are planting more seeds in bi-weekly. And that allows you to have ongoing produce. And if you have smaller garden area, succession planting is great because you can plant lots of things, lots of produce in a smaller area, and plant them at different increments of time so that you can have that produce at different times, not all at the same time. Another good thing about having flowers in your gardens, which is what I planted here, I planted a variety of sunflowers, including Mexican sunflower. It's going to be very beautiful. The reason for that is I love attracting pollinators to my gardens. I tend to get more veggies and produce, so I'm going to have lots of butterflies, hummingbirds, and more bees and other pollinators you can think of, so it will be here. Another thing is that this particular garden, I did not succession plant in. I sowed all the seeds in. Let me tell you why. You need to pay attention to your maturity day. You need to pay attention to your heat amount, heat index. You also need to pay attention on your watering levels. Okay, let's take a look at this Kentucky bean, for example, that grows great on a pole, and it does really well on a okra, because okra, Clemson's exactly the kind I have, has really long long stalks, so it grows very well and grows around it. It's really beautiful. It says 63 days for maturity. So if it's 63 days for maturity and you are already at the beginning of the summer season, not early or mid-spring, or if you are in the middle of summer and you're planting, you need to take that in consideration. I live in USDA Zone 7, and that doesn't give me that many more days for my plants to grow, for me to be able to take a harvest of 1 month straight. I will be hitting autumn season, and that is actually when our plants start getting zapped in my area. I cannot grow plants such as beans and okra, or peppers or tomatoes, or even eggplants, zucchinis. I cannot grow any of them as a perennial plant in my area because I live in USDA Zone 7, and our winters get down to -17 degrees Fahrenheit, and that's pretty cold. Alrighty, well, I'm Spenta. I have shared with you how to prepare a garden bed, reasons to plant flowers next to your gardens, in your gardens, next to your produce, and have given you some ideas on succession planting, or ideas if you are going to plant mid into late summer in your area. I hope your gardens grow green. I will share the progress of these gardens with you again in another video. I hope you have enjoyed today's share. If you're new, please take a moment and hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to check out my other playlists and videos, and leave me a comment. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm Spenta, and I wish you a beautiful day and happy gardening.